Holmes Beach, a phenomenal location. Right now I see it, people as far as the eye can see. Talk a little bit about beach safety and why people should have a great time, but make sure they follow the rules.
We have rules in place to keep it a family-safe environment. That's what we want here in Holmes Beach. We want people to come out and we want them to know that it's a safe environment. We don't allow alcohol on our beach, which helps keep it a safe environment, because when you add alcohol to our youth, it does not make them a more intelligent human being. So we curtail it. We make sure, and we do a zero tolerance, and we have plenty of officers on the beach going up and down the beach, making sure that it's going to stay a family-friendly atmosphere. And we want people to come here, and we want the families to come here, and they do. And they are, you could see, as far as the eye can see, you see people. This is the Manatee Public Beach, and the parking lot is full, and so is the beach.
When you get into March and quote-unquote spring break in this time of year, does the thought process change, or do things intensify? Like, how do you approach the safety piece and making sure these people are safe, and what do you remind them, again, just about coming in, enjoying yourself, but going home and safe and sound?
Yeah, what we do is we put out more officers. We still patrol the same as we would any other day, but we just have more officers out here doing it. And we want people to realize that there is no alcohol, no grilling on the beach. Don't bring your pets out here. That's not, pet-friendly atmosphere. It's a family-friendly atmosphere. And we want you to take your trash with you when you leave. Be respectful and responsible to the community that you're vacationing in, and take your trash with you when you leave. We have plenty of receptacles at every beach access.
Parking lot, the ongoing conversation of the parking lot, and you alluded to us. Give us the number of spaces, some of the proposals in terms of, hey, let's build a bigger parking structure. Give us an update on that conversation.
Well, there's a bill right now that's sponsored by Will Robinson, Representative Robinson, and that's for the county, because Kevin Van Ostenbridge, one of the county commissioners, said that he went to Will Robinson and Jim Boyd and asked them to put in a bill to force Holmes Beach to allow a parking garage. He said that he wants it to be between 1,500 and 1,700 places, parking spots, which is crazy. Right now we have about 450 parking spots, and you can see that there's no room hardly to walk on the beach, let alone put another 3,000-4,000 people out here, more than we have right now.
The conversation of red tide. Talk about the cleanup effort, human beings coughing and issues that way, and what are you finding with red tide as we see it in Florida this time of year?
Well, if you have respiratory problems, you don't want to come to the beach. We still feel it. I'm feeling it right now in my throat. As for the cleanup, the county does an amazing job coming out here and doing the entire length of our beach, cleaning up the fish that have washed up, the dead fish. And the way I understand it, they've collected about 7,000 pounds of dead fish that died because of the red tide. So it's like it's clean, but you still feel it if you have asthma, you have any allergies, any respiratory problems. You want to be cautious and maybe give it another couple weeks before you come out and check. We put it on our Facebook page. It's also on the news. You guys do a great job of reporting the different levels of where it's high, where it's medium, where it's low. So we just wait for the winds to change and take the odor and the red tide out with it.
In terms of spring break in this spring time of year, how many weeks during this window will we see these beaches filled with a lot of people?
We usually go about 6-8 weeks, because you have your local, and then you have your colleges coming, and you have the people coming, because everybody's spring break is differently set up. Every state has different, every country has different times that they allow spring break. So it continues for about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the schedules of the school.
In closing, college students, we love them and we want them to enjoy themselves, but sometimes during spring break, they have a little too much fun or things can happen. What do you tell college students about maintaining a great environment and enjoying themselves and going back home and back to school?
We tell them that you don't want to come on vacation and leave on probation. Okay, so don't get yourself in trouble. Think things through. Your actions have consequences, and they're long-lasting consequences. So make sure that you're respectful, responsible, and think before you act.